So, our daily challenge today. We do have Umbra Hellhorned as our clans, and the mutators are Moneybags, Permadeath, and Moth Magic. So, I do like Moth Magic. It helps you get these additional points from uh, boss for the boss rush, and it's very good use of torches especially, and most of all these classes don't really rely on their damage spells, so we should be pretty fine with Moth Magic as a modifier without having it disrupt our game plan. Permadeath, that means we have to take care which units we let die, because if they die, they will be purged from our deck. That also means we get a free purge of all our train stewards, basically, which is pretty nice. And Moneybags gives us a lot of gold for upgrades. You just cloned a 4 Amber cost multi-strike quick Shadow Siege. That sounds pretty amazing. Just hope you have a good way to bring it into play. Hi Alex, welcome. Also hi Nightbreeze, Mystery Machine, and Thanatos. Thank you all for watching, for coming by and hanging out with me. I really appreciate that. Let's jump into the daily challenge and see what cards we start out with. Packed Morsels, Fortify, and Engine Upgrade. Okay. These are generally pretty good cards. I don't mind an engine upgrade as well. And our relic, we do have Scorching Restraint versus Cleansing Water. Well, no effects really increase the value of Cleansing Water. And I think Scorching Restraint is just generally a nice card, especially with Umbra, with all the morsels we can generate. Each morsel will already be hitting for a decent amount. Penumbra has gotten buffed a bit since a few days ago. The lifesteal on the Gorge is definitely very nice, makes them more survivable. Because of permadeath, I might be heavily relying on my champion to be my boss killer. And if I want something like a Shadow Eater to kill backline units, then there's might be a little bit of a problem with permadeath, because if they can't defeat the boss on the bottom floor, then we might lose them. With the deck as I currently have it, with the 2-pack morsels in my deck especially, I am kind of interested in the Gorge Penumbra. So let's go with that. We do have Moth Magic, so it's not as much of a problem to set up on a higher floor as it usually might be for score purposes, because we can always just ascend the boss with a torch. So ideally I would set up on the second floor, I suppose, and probably ascend one of these guys. Probably this one, because he doesn't deal any damage and it's not a problem to deal with. The Penumbra does have lifesteal, so maybe I should have ascended the Foot Soldier instead. The armor doesn't matter on the Penumbra at all. So I think we want either lifesteal or damage shield on the Penumbra. Let's go for lifesteal here. And we can give damage shield to these guys on the top floor. And I don't want to use the second pack mortal just yet. These scorching restraints are already helping quite a bit by providing me with some extra damage against backline units. I'm not guaranteed to draw a torch next turn, but I really do hope I get one. I will consume the engine upgrade to increase my chances to see a torch next turn, so I can get the boss to fight my Penumbra immediately. And we already had the win here. Space Prison seems like a great pickup, considering that we already have 2-pack morsels and want to feed the Penumbra. Imps are not very reliable with permadeath because, well, once they die we can't use them again. Hornbreak, I don't actually mind Hornbreak. Hornbreak is an ascent with the moth magic, and it is also a great way of killing off some backline units or even armored frontline units. And here I do have a few options for a unit to pick. Alloy Construct requires a bit of attention from morsels and could help out our Penumbra on the next floor in case some things manage to get past. I don't think Crucible Warden is what we want in this deck, because if we are heavily feeding a unit, that is gonna be our Penumbra. Alloyed Construct only needs enough to have some fuel, so we might give him some leftover morsels we can't fit on our Penumbra, and that can be good enough. And if it turns out that the Alloy Construct isn't working out for us, we can always just let him die and purge him with a permadeath. Maybe for that reason I don't focus on the spell, on the unit upgrades first. But to be honest, the Alloy Construct is a quite powerful unit, so I wouldn't be opposed to getting the unit upgrades onto him. Sure, might as well. I don't think these units are gonna work out for us because we don't really have a good tank or anything like that, and we need to keep them safe, otherwise they will die to permadeath. And I don't think they provide much for our deck either, so let's keep them for the goal. Endless. Endless is a way to get around permadeath. If a unit has Endless, the permadeath won't remove them from our deck. But I don't think we are in need of an Endless Alloyed Construct. I think we will be just fine with it as is. I do like a little bit higher health and some attack on it, so I will go ahead and put a Battlestone onto it and then Multistrike, sure. I mean, we did invest quite a bit into this construct, so now we really don't want it to die. So I guess our usual setup will be having the construct on the top floor to kill frontline units that manage to get past our Penumbra. That also means these train stewards can start fighting on the bottom floor, and I am not too sad to see them die and get purged from my deck. I think the Penumbra needs more attention here. Let's kill off this foot soldier and then start generating some morsels. This magma morsel will actually kill off the front line, but I do want to kill off this collector, so I will feed the magma morsel to the collector and have this front line die to the construct instead. Packed morsels, that's very nice. Let's play these on the bottom floor because of the incant triggers of the enemies. I am looking for my Penumbra to fight the boss, so I will use the stronger mortals for my Penumbra and the slightly weaker ones for my construct. We can do an engine upgrade here. I will have a torch guaranteed next turn, so I can use that to kill the boss with my Penumbra, given we are strong enough. Yeah, easily. This is not even close. I could now purge a train sewer by placing it behind the Penumbra, and I think I want to do that. It will get killed by the boss because of sweep. Another perfect battle. And Tumbra Assault, making of a morsel immortal trade. And Tumbra Assault is a little bit harder to use with magic, but not that much. And I really like having a good way of dealing with backline units. We already have a Hornbreak, we already have torches, but I think a Tumbra Assault on top of that isn't terrible. It's a lot of morsel generations as well. Hidden Passage is not necessary with Moth Magic. Basically our torches and even our Tumbra Assault and Hornbreak already provide that. And I don't want imps in this challenge. These units, I could see taking a Horned Warrior, but we need the space for our mortals, so it would only be temporary. It delays our setup though, so not really a big fan. Demon Fiend maybe? Demon Fiend might be a bit more useful with the engine upgrade, being a card we have access to. And the 50-50 might provide some value, but honestly I'd rather skip here. Just because we want to have our construct instead drawn on the first turn, so we can start feeding it immediately. That's definitely gonna be helpful. I do think I want to go left, pick up the free relic over the dupe. After all, we don't need the health. And I would probably dupe a Space Prism or Packed Morsels here, which, while not terrible, isn't great either, because these are unupgraded. So, Hellspanners. When you summon a second unit during a turn, gain 3 energy. This works very well with morsels, so I am pretty happy to pick it up. I don't want either of them. We already have 2 units that need to eat morsels. I don't want a third. So 2 is usually fine. I'm usually happy with 2. But the third is a bit too much. A rare draft pick from another clan. Let's real quickly look at the logbook. What would be amazing for us? Awoken. I would like an Awoken's Rail Spike because it's just always a good card. Probably not a channel song. Unleash the Wild would be fine to heal our units. It would be quite a nice one-off heal card in our deck. Probably none of the units. Cycle of Life is expensive, but we do have the ways to make it work, so I wouldn't be sad about that. Wildwood Tome would be quite good on our construct as a defensive measure. Stygian Guard, I don't think there's much we want from these. Offering Monument wouldn't be terrible. But other than that, most of the cards wouldn't really work out well with our deck. And finally, Melting Remnant. Of course, Bounty Stalker is an option. And a very powerful one at that. Sacrificial Resurrection, as said before, I'm almost never sad to have one in my deck. The other cards, not that important. Remnant Pact could have some use in this challenge by allowing us to prevent a permadeath. So if I want to go for consistency, I would probably go with Awoken. If I want to go for the... Wait. Did I just say... Bounty Stalker could still work with Endless, but... Otherwise we can't have it die, otherwise it's... Yeah, because Bounty Stalker needs Endless first before it can even become useful. I will go with Awoken here. Wildwood Tome and Unleash the Wildwood. These are both pretty nice, pretty good defensive cards, especially to protect damage shield. The Wildwood Tome is great. So this is actually quite a difficult pick. I do like Wildwood Tome here. It's very good on the Alloyed Construct and it's even useful on our Penumbra. I think it's a bit better than Unleash the Wildwood. Easiest run of your monster train career. With the multi-strike quick shadow sieges, you could just play out normally. Yeah, I can imagine that. Explosive Sigil, okay. I think I once again want to set up the same way as before. The alloy construct on the top. And I think I want to remove a bomb over the clergyman, because the damage these clergymen deal isn't really a big problem with our Penumbra having lifesteal. And the Wildwood Tome will go on to the construct. There are definitely haste units that will skip my Penumbra floor, so the construct needs to be able to deal with these. Let's see what we get from the pack morsels and the Shade Splitter. I do want the alloy construct to be fueled, so I will definitely play some morsels on that floor, but the main stats I want on Penumbra. So the rubble morsel can go there, and maybe one more morsel, just so we do have some fuel ready in advance. We do kill this floor entirely, which is nice. Let's give some armor to you, and then we can even horn break one of these guys. Engine upgrade on the bottom floor seems good. And we need some morsels, so we can kill off this floor completely. I do want the bomb gun. Lifesteal definitely goes onto the Penumbra. That's enough to kill the Forged Disciple. Let's keep the fuel up for the construct, and then we will play this Train Steward, so he gets purged out of our deck later on. That's a great turn. We have a lot of morsels available this turn. Lifesteal definitely goes onto Penumbra. Probably some health as well. And the attack mortals can feed our construct. We can even ascend this guy so he gets killed off by the construct this turn, and kill one of these guys off. Yeah, Allied Construct is definitely a powerful card with a great stat line and multi-strike by default. Very appealing. If we kill off the bomb, that's 39 extra damage to Daedalus. And let's kill off the healer just because we can. There's Daedalus. We are not ready to face him just yet. At least not with our champion. Let's see how we would fare with our champ against Daedalus right now. Not that great. The Construct, on the other hand, has a lot higher stats. How many rounds of combat does the Construct need to kill Daedalus? We deal 100 and... well, we need at maximum... we'll deal over 100 damage, so we will need at maximum 4 turns to deal with Daedalus. And we do currently have 2 fuel plus 2 morsels, so that's 4 rounds of combat. And in these 4 rounds of combat, Daedalus can't kill our Construct, so we can kill Daedalus on the top floor with our Construct. And because we did that in the first time turn Daedalus became active, we still get the 3-turn boss rush bonus. Impolate, Reinforce, Furnace Tap. Well, Impolate is pretty bad with permadeath because we lose the imps. Reinforce is always pretty bad. Furnace Tap is always pretty good. So let's take a Furnace Tap. I don't think we want any of these. Currently our capacity is about what we need to play out the morsels we have. So maybe we don't need capacity, we definitely don't need energy. Seems like you like a lot of Umbra if you love Alloyed Construct and Embroidering Card so much. Capacity will be useful eventually. I can just guarantee that. Card draw is probably more useful right now. So let's take card draw first and capacity later. Removals. I'm actually not that keen on removing any cards of the deck. These Shade Splitters are slightly weak, but currently we still need them to provide our morsel generation. I don't mind removing maybe one of them. But we don't need the Merchant of Steel at all. We already have our only unit upgraded to the maximum. So let's go to the left side. Maybe we can find something that makes our Shade Splitters a little less necessary. I do definitely want to keep one of the Shade Splitter around. Yeah, yesterday's daily had an amazing imp deck. I don't really want to consume any of these cards right now, so let's reroll. Holdover. Let's hold over the Umbra Assault and also give it plus 10 magic power so we can more easily get kills with it. And that's now gonna be our main morsel generation engine. And the pack morsels and the Shade Splitters on top of it seems good. Other than that, let's cost reduce the Furnace Tab. Ah, that's not even needed. Let's cost reduce one of the torches, because we want the torches to stay in our deck for the purpose of ascending enemies. I think with the Umbra Assault on holdover, we don't really need that many torches though, so I will purge the other two. Yep, I did double stack the Furnace Tab, because there's just an amazing power play. So much additional damage. And we do have the health banners, we do have some free morsel generations, so we should be fine even when we are Ember Drained. Enemies gain multi-strike, okay, that's fine with me. But we do fight these haste guys. So that's a little bit of an issue. But I think we should be fine setting up the bottom and the top floor here. Ah, this guy has armor, so that's preventing us from lifestealing, so we would take a lot of damage this turn. But luckily we do have some ways around that. Let's get some damage shield on the Construct. And some lifesteal onto our Penumbra. And then I guess we just Hornbreak you away, so we don't have to deal with your whole armor shenanigans and can just kill everyone here. We do have a morsel already in place. I think I do wanna get this Penumbra ready to kill. Next turn, the Ember Drain is a little bit of a problem, because we won't be able to play our Entumbra Assault. So I might not want to Furnace Tap just yet, just because so we can keep generating morsels. And I'm already past both my free morsel generation cards. We have a very small deck right now, so we should be okay with getting the Furnace Tap off in time for the boss. Lifesteal, that's very nice. And more damage shield for the construct. Armor on Penumbra currently doesn't do much, so it goes onto the construct and should have gone there for a while now. And I think now it's time to Furnace Tap. We do have Quick, so we kill these guys before they can even do anything. And these guys will just die to the construct, that's all fine and well. But now I can't feed as much anymore. But that's okay. We are more than strong enough to deal with this bottle. +3 magic power. We do have Hornbreak, Torch, and most importantly Entumbra Assault. Yeah, I guess I will take it. Feast, Grovel, and Engine Upgrade. Definitely don't want the engine upgrade right now. We do have enough energy generation, and even with another engine upgrade, we don't have enough to do much under the effect of Ember Drain 8. Grovel, damage shield, and some morsels is not bad. Feast. We don't currently generate enough morsels to make Feast exciting. And that will probably not change anytime soon. A little bit higher morsel generation wouldn't hurt this deck. Let's take Grovel. We can replace some of our Shade Splitters. These cards are all not that exciting. I don't think I need an Inferno. And I don't really need armor or rage either. I think I do want more spell upgrades. It's not that essential. But for the Grovel at least it would be nice. Duplicate and Conceal Caverns are also very appealing. We can still get spell upgrades here. I definitely want to go to the left here with the Free Relic and the Conceal Caverns. So let's go to the left here. And let's see what we can find. Oh, that's a juicy one. +1 capacity on each floor, +3 capacity on a random floor. I think +1 on each floor is better for us, because we do feed on 2 different floors, and we do care a lot about how our floors are set up. And then, what do I wanna duplicate? And Umbra Assault is definitely nice. The problem with it is there aren't always 2 targets to slay, so I don't think I want a second holdover on Umbra Assault. Space Prism becomes less necessary with the additional capacity we got from the event just now. Maybe it's Packed Morsels, just for some more burst morsel generation. I like that. We do have a lot of capacity, we do have 2 units to feed, so the additional morsel generation comes in handy. It's also nice if we need energy after we play Furnace Tap. We do have the Packed Morsels who can help with that. Do I want to set up the second floor? I think not. I think Penumbra is safe on the bottom floor thanks to his lifesteal and Alloy Construct. Alloy Construct will have enough power to kill these guys easily, so can be on the next floor. Let's see what morsels we have available here. So, let's put damage shield on the construct, because our Penumbra still has lifesteal. I do want more health on the Penumbra though. And then finally the big stats go on to Penumbra, while the Magma morsels can feed the construct. And I think for defense, Wildwood Tome goes onto the construct, because that helps him keep the damage shield for the turn where we really need them. Let's play the engine upgrade, do we? Maybe we want to grovel Shade Split. We will have enough energy to do both anyways, just because of the health banners, so I should have actually played that on the Alloyed Construct instead. Stack the damage shield on 1 unit. Let's get the attack buff on this guy. Actually, we might need a little bit more attack on the construct to get past this floor. And then we can use Torch to kill the collector. And put some armor on this guy. Currently we are lacking damage to kill this floor, but shouldn't be an issue for long. I think we will keep Furnace Tap in the deck once again. And I do want to kill this marksman, just because we will probably have something to slay next turn. And we do. We do have a decent amount of fuel on this guy now, so I think we can focus on feeding Penumbra to get these nice gorge buffs. So we do have the free torch next turn. So in case we want to ascend, we can do that easily. But to be entirely honest, I don't think it's even gonna be necessary. I should have slain one of the morsels, I suppose. To get some more of them, but it didn't matter. Piece of gold, okay. That helps dealing with backline units a bit easier. Cannibalize. Cannibalize is nice to reroll morsels, get more of them. Excavation Eruption is not that great with Moth Magic because it hits random targets. And Gem Trove is just a little too expensive for our deck, I would say. Let's get a Cannibalize. Tiresome Climb versus Rage Serum. We are not that heavy into Rage. We mostly use the restraints for our morsels so they can deal some damage. Light's Gift versus Iron Drop Cage. Well, Iron Drop Cage is quite powerful with Moth Magic, so let's take that one. Holdover. A holdover free Cannibalize makes a lot of sense. Double stack Grovel. I'd rather make it free so we can more easily use it with Ember Drain. The damage shield is not that important in the deck. Penance Yard. Okay, let's take the Ember Stasis. It helps against the Seraph because we are fighting Consume Seraph and we will have some annoying blights in our deck. Fell. I think the setup as we had it before is pretty solid, but it might make it a bit hard to deal with these sycophants because we will not kill the Alabaster Guardian on the first turn because our construct isn't fueled yet, unless we do it with the calcified Ember. Do we have the energy for that? Not quite, not if we want to play both Shade Splitters, which I kind of want to do. So I guess we just set up on the top floor. I will kill one of these early on. I do want some fuel immediately, and I do want to start feeding my Penumbra. It's too early for Furnace Tap. We can just play the Calcified Ember here. Get rid of that statue. First of all, I want health on my Penumbra. Also, let's see what the Cannibalize gives us. Okay, let's get health for the Penumbra and damage shield and attack for the Construct. Final Mortal we can just get rid of. Let's see what we get from the... Oh, 3 lifesteal morsels, that's nice. Engine upgrade goes on the bottom. that's a lot of life steal. I like it. I guess Wildwood Tome gone on the construct and all the mortals as well. This floor is already fine. Probably should have played the calcified ember here. I still can get the kill with the Homebreak. This floor is already fine. Cannibalize. Damage shield for the construct. That for an Umbra. Do have enough damage to kill this guy even through the armor. That's a life steal here, damage shield on the top. And I will ascend one of you so the construct has something to do. Might as well ascend Fell so we can deal some damage with the morsels. Okay. We do have a lot of damage shield on this guy. That's very nice. Umbra has enough health for now. Yeah, the stats are overall still quite valuable. I might not get back to the furnace tab. I think I can play it yet. Send Fell up so we can hit her with the construct. More damage shields. And now Fell should show herself. And we can ascend her. We already have the kill here, but might as well speed it up. Another perfect battle. Umbra Stone, okay. I don't mind Trample at all. And now that we have the hammer, I don't think we need more capacity anymore, so let's go more draw. That hammer was definitely a blessing for us. I think at this point we're mostly looking for good artifacts to make us even stronger. Let's see what we can pick up. Impsicle Ashes of the Fallen. I think that's a little bit too annoying to use. A bit too much effort to actually be good. Resonance Shard, we only have the Scorching Restraints and the Furnace tab for Rage, so not that important either. Consumed Crown, Railhammer, Infused Mallet. These don't excite me either. Now we already have an Umbra Stone, so we definitely don't need Trample on our Penumbra from the upgrade. We can just go all in on the Gorge. Plus 8 attack. That might be a bit of a problem for Penumbra to survive early on. For example, we can't place him here on the bottom floor. We actually need to do a lot of setup for that. Damage shield can certainly help survive this first wave, or we could just split the first wave. Let's use damage shield on our alloy construct as we have before. And I want to focus on damage for our Penumbra, so we can be ready to deal with Gilded Wings as soon as possible. We won't be ready just yet, but we will be ready relatively soon. This guy I don't want around, he's too annoying. Lifesteal. Let's grovel first. More lifesteal and stats. Damage shield, also very nice. Umbra Stone goes on my Penumbra, because with multi-strike we don't really need trample. But with a single large hit, trample is a much more useful. Let's see what we get from the Pact Mortals. That's not very exciting. Let's reroll. Oh, I had a full hand. Oops. Oh well. These are still plus 12 attack after all. And now I think we do want the Wildwood Tome on our champion, because he has trample. He will provide protection for himself. We still need to be able to play our damage spells to offend the boss, so I don't want to play the Ember Drain just yet. Cannibalize. All the attack for Penumbra. All the damage shield for this construct. Might as well. Save some damage shields. We don't have anything to slay right now, so we might as well slay our own morsels, especially this one. That looks much more useful. We do not currently have lifesteal on our Penumbra. Definitely want some stacks. And we do have enough attack on him, so now health might be more important. We don't have our zero cost torch in our next hand, so maybe we have to skip on the furnace tap this time around. Yep, I think I wanna skip on the furnace tab, just so we can guarantee we do have an ascent for this guy and can get the 3-turn boss rush going. I don't think we need either of these. Nor these. Branding right is an ascent, so it's a bit hard to use. And finally, I think we are going left here. Nothing to double stack. But I do want to cost reduce the Hornbreak. Actually, let's look at the relic shop first. Firestone housing, that's too bad. I would have taken that if we went the other direction. Commemorative spike helps us set up a little bit faster, which might be helpful. I think I will... To be entirely honest, I think we are already set up with this deck and don't need anything, and should probably keep all of our cash for points. I might make the Furnace tab a bit easier to play though, with some cost reductions. If we cost reduce the Grovel, that should give us a few ways to deal with Ember Drain, just in case we have to. And then I think I will also copy the Grovel. Zero cost Grovel is just very good. And I will not spend any more cash, so we get a good amount of points from our remaining gold. Now I do want to deal with these guys on the bottom floor if possible. That might be a bit hard though. Let's see what morsels we have available. As soon as we draw into our holdover on Umbra Assault, these guys won't be much of a problem. So I think it's okay to take the one Scorch here. Lifesteal, very nice. Damage shield on this guy. We do need a little bit more health because there's quite a bit of damage incoming, but we will get a decent amount of health from our triggers already, so I think this setup should be fine. Yep, I am aware, Alex. I am definitely paying attention to what I consume. Like here, for example, I will consume Deep Fortify. This Vengeful Shard helps us deal with these guys a lot easier. And we can clear the entire floor with the Trample. Okay, that's fine. We do have Cannibalize after all. Oh, double lifesteal. Now we do have enough health on this guy, on the Penumbra, and enough lifesteal that we don't have to be worried about him dying anytime soon, and can focus on optimizing our buffs. Let's purge the other... let's actually purge the Wildwood Tome. Cannibalize and Packed Morsels. Definitely want to play the Self-Mutilation. Rubble Mortal is our target for Cannibalize. Lifesteal, great. And then just as much damage as possible. We are lacking 1 damage to kill off this guy. That's a little bit annoying. Too bad we didn't get our damage spells early on. I can't play Furnace Tap here, otherwise I will start taking damage to these Scorches that get added to our deck. So let's consume the engine upgrade, because it consumes anyways. These guys all die, these guys all die, so that's not a big problem. Let's kill off the Wild Wings. More damage shield for this guy. Let's actually sacrifice one of these. We don't need that much damage shield. We play out these self-mutilations. We can even... probably best target for Forge is this guy. Now we are almost powerful enough to kill off 2 Gilded Wings. Not this one to start, not this one. Probably the Shade Splitter by now. Definitely want to kill this guy. We can use these Vengeful Shards to get the kill here. I guess the other Vengeful Shard is best used to hit Seraph. Let's cannibalize. Lifesteal. And some more attack. And this guy only needs a bit of fuel after all. These die too quick, so no point of using the Hornbreak on them. I think now is a good time to get rid of the Fortify. This is a lot of damage on Seraph. Lifesteal, very nice. And I think this is a good time to play our Furnace Tap, because we do have Grovel in the next hand that generates the energy we need to play out any Blights. Yeah, the Cannibalize is definitely great. So now, however, we have to consume the Grovel because it's the only card we can play first. So maybe it was a bit too early for that, but we will see. I do want to kill off this guy, that's for sure. We still have another Grovel in the deck for the next turn. And then these Vengeful Shards can be used to deal some additional damage. The damage shield is less important than the buffs and lifesteal. Yeah, and we're just a little bit short of killing Seraph during flight. We probably could have managed that with this deck if we played it a little better, but we still get the usual 3-turn boss rush. So basically we just had a very nice baseline of 3-turn boss rush every combat. The Ember Drain game plan of killing Seraph early was a bit too risky for me with Consume Seraph. We could have very easily taken a lot of damage there. So I was just relying on our good baseline score of every turn, every combat, no damage, challenge, and 3-turn boss rush, plus a lot of gold for just a simple but solid score. And it worked out quite well. The Ember Stasis was a nice help in the final fight, so I don't regret picking that one up. But I think if we played a bit riskier in the final combat, we could have killed Seraph 1 or 2 turns earlier. But it was a bit of a risk. If we didn't draw Grovel at the right time, we might have taken quite a bit of damage to these Scourges. Let's see where we are. We are ranked at 13, just below Leary and Thanatos.